Hey everybody, it's Brandon Morse for Red State. The left seems to hate Jordan Peterson with an unbridled passion that is hard to understand until you really look into it. Every opportunity that they get, they have to try to destroy him, discredit him, turn people away as much as they possibly can from this guy. Recently, if you look at Twitter, they once again started attacking him because it came out that Olivia Wilde's new movie featured a character that is supposedly insane. And according to her, the entire character was based on Jordan Peterson. Well, I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm not exactly sure what kind of insane character they tried to portray here, or if it's a normal character and it's Hollywood and they just think this person is insane. I'm sure that someone will see it. I probably won't. But it caused Twitter to once again go after Jordan Peterson as this, incel protecting leader of the incels. Just an awful person all around who hates women. He's a racist, all the ists and all the phobes and all the nonsense. So let's go ahead and dive in here right now. This is up at redstate.com. At the moment, you can go to redstate.com right now and sign up for our VIP program. Use promo code SAVEAMERICA. It'll get you 40% off. Go do it. You're going to get some great stuff behind the paywall that is not available to people on the front page, including articles from yours truly, and soon, videos. So, articles, podcasts, Save America 40% off. Link in the description. Go click it. Sign up. You won't regret it. Jordan Peterson under new attack by the left, but it gets overwhelmed by those coming to his defense. So once again, the left decided to up and attack him, but people are not having it this time. Jordan Peterson is a man who needs to be protected at all costs, according to many people, not just in America, but I would say all of Western culture, values what this man has to say. And the people who really, really hate him and are disgusted by him are primarily made up of leftists, hard leftists, I would say. It all kind of began when Jordan Peterson was asked about this whole Olivia Wilde thing on Piers Morgan's program. And Olivia Wilde accused him as being kind of this king of the incels and stuff. And this is kind of the interaction that took place between him and Piers Morgan.
The film director Olivia Wilde has a new movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. Incel being these weirdo loner men who are despicable in many ways. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero to these people?
Sure. Why not? People have been after me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men. What a terrible thing to do that is.
And you see Jordan Peterson just becoming emotional here. He would later go on to, with tears in his eyes, talk about how, these people who come to him and they're so depressed and disaffected, these men coming to him so disaffected, so depressed, borderline suicidal, if not suicidal, and he has to help these people. But this emotional moment from Jordan Peterson, which is a display of compassion for people who are down in the dumps and who society has mostly turned their back on, suddenly became a point of ridicule for the left, who is constantly telling us that we men need to be far more open and in touch with our emotions. And the moment that we actually display any emotions, we're called weak for it. We can't win no matter what we do, us men. And so that was the trigger for the left to jump in and start once again talking about how Jordan Peterson is this incel king. He's super emotional. He doesn't have it together himself. But if you had Jordan Peterson's job, you might actually start feeling emotional yourself when you think of all the people who come to you, whose lives need betterment and changing. They're lost. They're depressed. They have stories that break your heart. Yeah, it would probably make you a little emotional to think about it. But despite the fact that all these people started trying to pile on to Jordan Peterson, he had people come to his rescue. Ben Shapiro, So just to get this straight, Jordan Peterson is a very bad man, trademark, because he tried to help young men who need guidance. Olivia Wilde is a feminist hero because she hates Jordan Peterson, but also apparently creates an uncomfortable work environment for her female stars. So what he is referring to is Florence Pugh, who during the recent movie that Olivia Wilde put out, she was the director of it, director and writer. Apparently the conditions were so tense and toxic that Pugh refused to show up for much of the media tour, would not help sell the film at all. And so it's kind of funny because you have effectively the pot calling the kettle black here. You have Olivia Wilde trying to make it out like Jordan Peterson is this huge problem in our society, and yet here we have Olivia Wilde being a really nasty person herself, so much so that her co-workers, the people who work for her, don't want anything to do with her anymore. Also, Megyn Kelly came to Jordan Peterson's rescue, and she said this.
In 2019, men accounted for 80% of all suicide deaths in America. 80%. And the studies also show that a majority of American men who die by suicide have no known history of mental health problems because they don't talk about them. It's not that they don't have any mental health problems. They don't talk about them. And when they do try to talk about them, and like Jordan Peterson, listen to Jordan Peterson, subscribe to Jordan Peterson, or anybody else speaking out about these issues, they get attacked. They get featured in an Olivia Wilde movie as some sort of demon. So screw her. As somebody who was at the inception of the Me Too movement, I think I can say what those of us who were there at the beginning, and by the way, Olivia Wilde, you were not one of them, okay? You were not there. It was about just stopping men from making sexual favors at the office a condition of advancement. Everyone agrees with that. Men agree with that. Women agree with that. It was never meant to bastardize men writ large. That's what people like her are doing. And it's having a serious negative effect.
Megyn Kelly is 100% correct here. 100% correct. One of the reasons that Jordan Peterson is so disliked by the left is because one of the things that he is trying to do is help men achieve a state of self-confidence and self-reliance and self-responsibility, something that they desperately need in this day and age. Men need help. They do. They are so demonized and villainized in today's society, and they have everything against them right now. Modern society teaches men that they are toxic, that they need to step aside, that they need to shut up, that they can't express emotion while telling them to express emotion. It's almost like a trap. Okay, they are primarily responsible for the Western culture's suicide rate. They have untold amounts of depression that they cannot talk about, just like Megyn Kelly said. The courts heavily favor women against men, no matter what. A mere accusation can destroy a man's life. Okay, they are primarily pushed aside in university. You're more likely to get into university if you're a woman than you are a man. And it gets worse if you're white. If you're a white male, you are considered to be one of the biggest public enemies in today's society. And so you have all of this happening, and men are getting more and more depressed because they feel like they don't belong. They feel depressed. They don't have anywhere to go. They don't know what to think or do. And here's Jordan Peterson offering them a way to get their life together, to feel better about themselves. The left cannot stand that. They do not want individualists, free-thinking men, confident in themselves and their masculinity. They cannot have that. A masculine, confident man is dangerous to the left, especially if he starts a family and a woman is happy in a relationship with the man at the head. That is an absolute dangerous concept for the left. They do not want that. They want people who are dependent on them. And in order to do that, what do they need? Homes that have either weak fathers or no fathers. Because a solid two-parent home with a masculine man, a feminine woman, and confidence between all of them creates healthy, independent children. And healthy, independent children do not rely on government for help. And the left wants government dependence. That's one of their biggest things. It cannot happen according to the left. So they have to destroy Jordan Peterson. The other thing that Jordan Peterson really represents, is what I mentioned earlier when it comes to self-reliance, personal responsibility. The left wants to create a victim mentality. Because with a victim mentality, nothing is your responsibility, and you become dependent on everyone else for your fortunes. All the misfortunes are someone else's fault. You take responsibility for nothing. You are infantilized. You effectively give up your own power by becoming a victim, by pronouncing yourself as a victim, considering yourself a victim. You give up your own power, your own agency. Jordan Peterson is very much against that kind of thinking. He teaches people that independence is great. Free thinking and critical thinking, real critical thinking, is really good. He is really for actual masculinity, actual femininity. He recognizes what works and what doesn't. The left does not want you to understand this. And so Jordan Peterson is one of the public enemies that they want to eliminate the most. They take every opportunity that they can to discredit and destroy him. Because he is one of these people who can bring down their entire operations, decades worth of work that they have done on our society. Decades work. And not just from politicians, you have media. I mean, how many times have you watched a TV show, a commercial, a movie that features a man being evil, a bumbling idiot, incompetent, or selfish? I mean, watch She-Hulk for 5 seconds and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. They are trying to push this message to women that they don't need men. They're trying to push a message to women that they are dangerous, incompetent, they're far more better without them. Jordan Peterson is saying, no, that's not actually right. He gets down to the actual science, the real psychology. That can't happen. They want you living in a fantasy. He's trying to lift the veil back. They can't have that. Jordan Peterson is dangerous. That's why they hate him so much. And that's why you, my friend, should try to defend him. Try to understand where he's coming from and listen to him. You don't have to agree with every single thing that he says, of course not. But he is making some very good points, and I think that is worth consideration. He does not deserve the hate, that is for sure. And it's also kind of revealing that the left is mocking him and laughing at him for displaying emotion over compassion for the disaffected and depressed, for those who are at the lowest of low. If that doesn't tell you where the real trouble is, then I don't know what to tell you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.